This is going to be one of two video responses I'm making today, and all of them kind of revolve around the Mosin Nagant M91/30 rifle, or the Mosin Nagant 1891 rifle, or and its different variants. I'm making this video because I seen a video. I really didn't see the video first. I seen the results of the video someone posted on YouTube. The user's name is Log Cabin Looms, I think is what it goes by. And this past week or two, I've had like 30 people subscribe to my channel. And I was wondering, I said, somebody must have been saying something about one of my videos or something. And I seen the video he posted on the Nagant rifle, and I'd like to thank him for giving me a favorable review, more or less, of my videos that I put out there. I have several of them on different guns. I have several of them on the Mosin Nagant rifle. And and there's a couple topics. The Gun Geek also made kind of a sarcastic video. I'll make a reply to that one also. But this video, I think what I'll call, kind of go over a topic that the video I'm making this response to started with. I'm going to call this Mosin Nagant Mania. And basically what we have is we have an old style rifle. The original design was designed in 1891, and that's back in the days when smokeless powder was new and bolt action rifles were a thing. And a lot of countries developed a lot of different guns, and the Russians picked this particular design. The magazine style. In fact, they used stripper clips like the Mauser, which the Mauser kind of seemed over time to end up being the most popular bolt-action rifle design of that time period. The Mauser 1898. This action here is a little bit different. It has a magazine that protrudes because it's straight column instead of Mauser's like staggered, so the magazine will be flush with the stock. It's an old design gun. It was carried through World War II, and people have to remember the Russian army is huge. So when the Russian army has rifles, they have a lot, millions and millions of rifles. Okay, and these were manufactured for quite a few years, almost 50 years. They were in production in the Soviet Union. And the thing about them is they're not really anything special. They're, like I said, an old 1890s design. Because of the old design, Mausers are very easy to sporterize and convert. They're almost, most modern guns are copied from the Mauser 98 action. These here with the protruding trigger guard and magazines and that are not as, in the past weren't as favorable or desirable to sporterize. But now that's changed. I guess the way the economy is, and the Russian government is selling these off surplus. These guns have been in storage for at least 60 years, some of them maybe longer. Now the market's awash with this gun. And kind of like he said, I had a bit of an interest years ago. I owned a Finnish version of this and a Chinese version of the 1944 carbine with the folding bayonet. And they're nice guns. They're rugged, reliable, simple, basic guns of an old design. And I shot them and enjoyed them, and then I just sold them and bought something else I was interested in. But now, the way things are, people like to be involved, and we have YouTube and other ways of communicating, so word spreads and travels. And these guns came on the market, and they go anywhere from about $100, maybe a couple bucks less if you get them without the sling and bayonet. I've seen them go for like $80 without the sling and accessories, to $100, and now it looks like they're starting to go up in price. I just went to a gun show today, and the round receivers, but they were in nice condition. They were in spotless, I'd say almost mint condition, very nice. They went for $132 or $139.95 or something. And the hex receivers, like this one here, actually I bought from this guy, they were upwards towards $170. I bought this one from that same dealer a few months back, and the reason I bought it is it's the first Nagant I bought. It was in like perfect condition, real nice. It was kind of high price, but I just impulse bought it. And since then I've found sources to get guns in just as good as condition or whatever for a little bit more reasonable price. But they are starting to go up. They are drying up. And it's just that, unlike a lot of other guns, they usually, the supplies come in and they sell, you know, 100,000, a couple 100,000 of them in 6 or 8 months, and they're kind of gone. Is I think that there's millions of these, and they come in by the tractor trailer loads, plural, full of these. And usually the dealers get them by the case. There's 20 in a case with all the accessories. And you know, they mark them up 100. I've seen them go $100, $110, and they'll sell the whole case in a day at a gun show. They'll sell the 20 guns there. There's a local gun shop that gets them, and he sold like 4 or 5 cases over the past year. And the reason people buy these is it's not a lot of money, and it is a dependable, solid rifle. And with the internet and everybody posting all these videos and word getting around, there's a lot of interest in it. And some of the reasons why people buy them, you know, I kind of like to collect guns, and from my videos I like to study them, make a study of them, and, you know, just gain knowledge about the gun itself, the historic knowledge, the usage and modifications, and how they ended up as they were. And these here are reasonably priced, so, you know, I can afford to buy a number of them and look at them and study them in you know, as a sense of a collector. A lot of people buy these guns. I remember I was at a gun show, guy goes to me, "Are those guns, you know, any good?" I said, "Well, they're kind of like a 30-06, same power. It's an older cartridge." And I said, it's just a simple bolt-action gun. And he goes, "I'm thinking of buying one because you can't buy nothing for $100 no more." And, you know, a lot of people buy these guns for that reason. A lot of people buy them because they're interested in shooting, they're interested in guns, and it doesn't cost a lot. The way the economy is, it's, you know, it's like if I wanted to have a collection of the newest assault rifles out now, like the FNs and the SIG assault rifle, they're $2,500 to $3,000 a piece. To buy each one of them is, you know, you're laying out $10,000 or so to have 3 or 4 rifles. You know, and if you start putting accessories on them and extra magazines, it can be expensive collected in a more modern version of military guns. And very few people out there, you know, have an extra $10,000 to just buy something to go out and shoot on the weekends. So the Nagant, it kind of is, like I said, a mania. It's a craze. People buy these guns, and you know, the reasons are a little bit different maybe than the reasons I buy them. I enjoy shooting, and I do shoot a lot. Some people buy them just because it's an inexpensive gun. You can hunt with it. You can, you know, it does have a purpose and a use. You know, a practical use. You know, it's legal to hunt with. You can hunt deer, you know, maybe black bear with it. It's a stout cartridge. It's available commercially loaded with soft point bullets, hunting bullets. And actually, out of that group of 5, I had 3 of these guns that were 1943s, and I want to collect one like each year, 40, 41, 42, 43. So I had, in a grouping I bought, I had 3 of them the same year, so I decided to sell the 2 out of the 3 for the same year. And I sold it to an individual who, what he wanted to do with it is he seen it, he liked it, he wanted me to put the sling on it and attach the bayonet, and he wanted to just hang it over his fireplace. And I said, well, you want some ammo? I said, I have a whole pile of ammo. If you want some ammunition, I'll sell you some ammunition to go with it. Well, he goes, well, I'll get back to you on that. And basically the guy paid me for the gun and took and hung it on the wall as a decoration. I don't know if or when he'll ever shoot it. And, you know, the reason people buy these guns is varied and different. And with YouTube and the internet, people like to communicate in this new way on the internet, which is, you know, free, easy, pretty good, and you know, I like doing it. And it's kind of like the word spreads, and it becomes like a fad, or everybody wants one. I've been to the gun shows where they've sold these out in a day, and a guy, oh, I want one of them Mosin Nagants, you know, like everybody's having. I guess he must see it on the internet. And it is surprising. It's a popular gun, and the reason I believe it's popular is because it's affordable, and anybody and everybody, for whatever reason you choose, can get into the military surplus, you know, gun collecting. Some people get some of these that are beat up, sporterize them, cut the barrels down, put different stocks on them, and you know, that's okay too. I mean, it's not like there's a shortage of them. There's millions of them around. And they are fun to shoot. You don't have to lay out a lot of money, and you get the bayonet. It's pretty neat looking, you know, something from the past, historic relic. And it is strange. And, you know, people are buying these things up as fast as they get put out at the gun shows or in the inventory in shops. I think Bud's online gun place, I forget, he had a bunch of them and he sold them, and he had an announcement. He sends you an email. I don't know how many he sold. Some really ridiculous amount of these guns he sold online through the gun shop. A very large quantity of them went in a few months. So they're a popular gun, and like he was saying, people will, you know, it's kind of funny. You could have rarer guns, or you could have, you know, but people want these. It's like it's kind of like back in the 80s, the pet rocks and the Rubik cubes. It's kind of strange. And any videos you post about these guns, you get a lot of hits on it. People like to see it. There's a very wide-based interest in these guns, and like I said, the reason is they're affordable. And you know, with the economy being the way it is, you lay out $100 and you know, 40, 50 more, and you got 800 rounds of ammo, or whatever, a couple hundred rounds of ammo, and you can go out and enjoy shooting sports, and say you're a collector. The one thing that I want to do this other video response is there is a lot of bizarre and strange information out there, and people have the right to say whatever they wish. I'm not going to go around telling people, well, you're wrong, or you know, you're stupid or something, but my answer to that is basically by making more videos with solid, plain, you know, information that I've researched and can be backed up and proven in publications or books or other. There are a few websites that have like identification marks and do a very good explanation. The one book I purchased goes really into depth with diagrams and an explanation of things, and basically that's how I got the knowledge of this. I don't know everything, and I knew something about these guns, but until I purchased a book and studied up on it and spent the time learning about it, that's where I get the information. And it's reliable information. It's not something I heard or somebody said. And if you check out my other video response to the Gun Geek, I'm going to kind of go over this in a little bit more detail. But I'd like to thank once again Log Cabin Looms for a great video and basically talking about me in a real good light. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I try to help as many people as I can. You know, given the time, I get a lot of emails from people and that, and I, you know, will answer questions I can answer, and if I don't know the answer, I'll just tell you the truth. I don't know. Simple as that. And I'm going to do some more videos on the Nagant, different features and things, and we're going to get out and shoot them. Once the weather gets better, my rifle range has some construction going on, so it's going to be closed for about 5 weeks. So I won't be able to get out to the 100-yard range and shoot a lot of these guns. And my work schedule does limit my time. But thanks again for watching my videos, and subscribe. And as I get the time to make them, I'll post other videos, and I'll do a lot more on the Nagants because they seem to be popular and people like it. And also several other different types of weapons. Alright then, thank you.